Hi Fox, you watching Texa? Samsung recently had a price cut of 23% on Galaxy S10. So, is it worth it? Let's find out. According to me, Samsung Galaxy S series in general is been overshadowed by Galaxy Note. Usually every year has really found its groove with Samsung Galaxy S10 this year. The first thing that I love about Samsung Galaxy S10 is the designs and something you will notice immediately when you get hands-on. Everything from materials to the curvature to the built-in vibration motor, and it does feel high quality and well considered. The phone is also water resistant, certified by IP68 rated, and it has a headphone jack, so kudos for that. Well, I mean, it's slowly disappearing. It's endangered species right now. No pun intended though. And it also has a Wi-Fi 6. I have got the Prism White model here, and even though its competitors are becoming more and more elaborate, I really dig it. It does the reasonable job of hiding fingerprints. And like the Prism it's named after, it splits light. What you end up seeing is beautiful warm hues on pearlescent finish. The standard cameras are really good, especially when you give it enough light. It handles colors and high dynamic range better than ever, thanks to the improved software. Really, you are looking at essentially the same tech as the dual aperture main cameras with OIS. The second telephoto camera that almost you will never use. But hey, it's there for you when you need it. And the standard characteristics photos from Galaxy S10 are sharp, pretty colorful, evenly lit, not a ton of contrast but still vibrant, and a little overexposed. But ultra-wide cameras are the most fun addition by far. It doesn't have OIS though. Make sure your hands steady while shooting beautiful landscapes. It gives very dramatic and very different perspective, especially to abstract photos or architecture photos. And yes, there is a AI scene optimizer and a dedicated night mode via software update. Front cameras are decent too. So I got a little confused with this. Samsung offers a wide mode when you activate the front camera, so I thought it's a wide angle camera for a group selfie, but no. So when you go to wide mode, all it does it removes the crop from the sensor. To make the picture little wider during this, you lose electronic stabilization though, so no walking and taking shots. It's a fake wide selfie. There is a live focus. It does a pretty good job cutting out the subject. Me, not perfect. The spinning zoom ain't really my favorite. The camera doesn't really seems to blur out foreground from the background. These modes. But I do like the regular bokeh and color point. In addition to optical image stabilization on the telephoto and wide cameras, Samsung has introduced a new mode called Super Steady mode. This uses the ultra wide lens and crops in using the rest of the image data to stabilize the video. Since it's cropping the image, this only gives you 1080, but in my opinion, it's a well over the step
This
down.
is the mic quality of Samsung Galaxy S10. You are listening from inbuilt mic.
Xiaomi has ignited the war of melting bezels originally on Mi Mix, and now Samsung follows the trend to less or no bezels at all. The dynamic AMOLED screen is amazing, also complemented by HDR10 Plus. I mean, it's the world's best display available right now. The screen to body ratio beats up any of its notched rivals. It has 90+% screen to body ratio. My favorite thing about it though is brightness and its complete visibility even in harsh sunlight conditions. It has a camera cutout in the top right corner. It is a laser cut hole in the AMOLED panel to precisely cut this hole for just the camera comes through and nothing else. Well, it's not too distracting either. Having little bit of pixels on top and side of holes that made it easier to forget about. Hopefully that makes sense. It's small enough that it fits essentially in the notification bar at the top. It's not too distracting though. Ends up better than notch. Well, aesthetic is individual choice after all. We have Exynos 9820. That's a great SoC. Samsung says, even if you are live broadcasting and playing a graphics heavy game, your phones run smoothly. And the addition of NPU to the AP powers the intelligent camera. Samsung claims its CPU is 29% faster and its GPU is 37% faster over its predecessor. The speakers are decent enough, with Dolby Atmos enhanced audio with outstanding clarity, rich symmetry, and a louder volume that puts into the middle of the music and movies.
I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
So, Samsung Galaxy S10 supports fast charging and wireless G charging. Speaking of wireless charging, you also have reverse wireless charging, which is pretty cool. It's kinda gimmick though. I mean, it's super slow. It's 4.5 watt charging, but more useful for charging small things like Galaxy Buds or even Qi enabled smartwatches like smaller battery, or you can charge phones in emergency situations. Galaxy S10 runs on Pi out of the box, but Samsung has enrolled Android 10 which runs on One UI 2, a refined version of original One UI. It's such an improvement. The speed just accentuates how light it is. It is really fast. Menus are simpler without any loss of functionality, and there is dark mode too. So here's my final verdict. Overall, I'll give a thumbs up. The only downside or the complaint I have is the placement of power button. It's too high. I mean, what an irony, Samsung. You were the one who bought interaction screen downwards, and now it's hard to reach power button. If you find this video interesting, please consider subscribing. See you on the next one.